Good evening, and tonight we are joined by Development Squad Manager Jamie Relph. So good evening, Jamie.
Good evening, Kev.
Thank you for joining us. So your coaching career started when you were 19. How old are you now?
24.
24. So you've had a good 5 years already.
Yeah.
And that started at Romulus as assistant manager of the reserve side. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Tell us about your experiences really, and whilst you were at Romulus.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate. Obviously, I started coaching at quite a young age. I started about 18, always working with older players, so typically 16 to 18-year-olds. I was really fortunate in the fact that Romulus gave me my first non-league job, so I was brought in as assistant manager and coach for the reserve team, and very similar to what we've done here at Tamworth, where we basically use the 16 to 18-year-old lads who play in the academy in the week, and we put them into Saturday football in a men's league to sort of give them that extra challenge. So yeah, I was very fortunate at 19 to get involved in that. I was there for 1 year. The manager then left for a position closer to home, and I was fortunate enough again the club trusted me and gave me the opportunity to manage the reserves in my second year. So at 20 years old, that was quite a good responsibility to have. So I managed them for a second year and had 2 good years at Romulus.
And how's your coaching progressed since then?
It's been a mix in terms of I've moved obviously to Coleshill Town after that, where I spent a year there, and then obviously to Tamworth, which was obviously last season was my first year here, and obviously now starting into my second year. And I was also fortunate enough I've just finished my UEFA B as well, so it's really good to get that ready for the start of this season.
Yeah, I know a few weeks ago you were going through that, and I could see how you were quite, maybe not stressed isn't perhaps the word, but you were very focused at the point and you had a lot of things to prove, so I'm glad that that's done. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So A is the next level then?
Yes, it is. Mike's already mentioned I think that's something to come in the next sort of couple of years. Obviously I want to cement my learning from the UEFA B and get some more coaching time under my belt this season. Brilliant.
Now you worked with Gaz Smith, Smudger, previously at Coleshill, and you mentioned that a moment ago. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your relationship with Gaz?
Yeah, so I met Gary when I joined Coleshill Town. The guy there was Dave Dainty, who actually brought me in, but Gary was already working with Dave, so that's where I met Gary. Got on really well with him. We just sort of clicked immediately. I think we think the same and we have the same passion from the game. Obviously different backgrounds, he's played at a decent level and I was starting my coaching journey very young. But yeah, we just got on really well, and as I say, had the same similar thoughts when it came to football. After a year there, obviously Gary got the joint manager job of the under-21s last season, and when he got appointed I was given the call to come and join him as coach, which really grateful for. Showed that obviously he trusts me and respects the work I do, and that's really how I ended up at Tamworth. So obviously, throughout last season, Gary then stepped up to the first team, which is great to see. But no, I owe a lot to him for bringing me here.
Well, in all walks of life, Jamie, people need that, and it's not always about what it's who you know sometimes as well. But we just need somebody to give us the chance, the opportunity, and show a bit of belief in us, and that seems to be the case with yourself and Gaz, which is great.
Definitely. I think that's massive in football, for players and coaches. I think you just need to be given the opportunity to show yourself and prove yourself. Mm-hmm. Once that opportunity comes, go and take it. And then I was fortunate enough that after a year working with Gary, he wanted to work with me again. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well here we are on the eve of a new season. Very exciting time. How do you feel that your preparations have gone so far with the development squad?
Yeah, really well. So we've had 4 sessions so far. Our 5th tonight and our first friendly this Saturday at home to Hinckley. Lads have worked really hard. It's been testing coming back. We've really put them through the paces. Everyone's at different levels coming back, and you will always get that from a fitness point of view. Yeah. But I have to say the effort and the input from the lads has been second to none. We're really pleased at where they're at, and to be honest, I do believe they're ahead of where I thought they would be at this moment in time.
Good place to be. And how about the recruitment side of things? Players come from all over the place, really, around the Midlands, I guess, to play for a development squad like Tamworth. Are you pleased with what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we're really looking to do is build on the success of the Scholars. So obviously the Scholars won their under-19s league last season, and then had a fantastic Champions of Champions game against Dover, which was a great experience for them. We feel we've got great quality in this academy, and that's what we're going to use the development squad for. It's that next sort of test for them to challenge them in men's football.
Yeah.
So yeah, very happy with the players we've got through the door. We've got a couple that we've kept on from the under-21s last season, and also a couple of them who have featured sort of in first team training as well. So no, we've got real good quality and real good depth already in the club.
Well, the club have decided to enter the development squad into a men's league, as you mentioned, this year. Just explain, I think it's the Midland Floodlit League Division 4, is that correct?
Midland Football League Division 4, yeah.
So a good standard, and men's football, and I think sometimes in recent years the youngsters at Tamworth have been a little bit easy, winning leagues at a canter. Do you think it'll be a different test being a men's league, an open age league?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why we've done it. I think it's well reported the success the under-21s have had here, since they were established, winning league titles, winning cups, and that is great, and that is the sort of end outcome, from the seasons, which has been great. I think the big thing here is we really want to be developing players ready for our first team. So we made the decision to put them into a men's league because we feel that that's the next step for them to be tested. They've proved themselves at an under-21s level and shown themselves to be, top of the players in their group and in their sort of age group. The men's league's going to give them a real different test now in terms of dealing with different things. So whilst from a tactical and technical point of view they've been very good playing against similar ages, they're going to have to deal with the physicalities of men's football, but we believe that's actually going to help them show to the first team managers Andy and Gary that they are ready to step up for men's and first team football.
Yeah. With that in mind, what do you think is a realistic aim for this season's squad?
I think realistically, our ambitions are still high. We've still got the aim to go and win the league, and I'd love to go and achieve that with the lads this year. I definitely don't think that's out of the question for us. It is a new challenge that we are going to be facing, but we're very confident with the players we've got that they've got the ability to go and do it. As I say, they're going to be tested in different ways this year, but from what I've seen from the players already, we definitely believe they can overcome that. We've got a pre-season in place that is ready to test them, and playing some good men's teams, starting with Hinckley, who are obviously Division 1 Midland Football League this Saturday. So yeah, by all means, we've still got the same ambitions we've had every year to go and win the league and achieve the highest possible outcome we can. But also we recognise that it's all about the development of the players and giving them that next test and helping them in their development.
Okay. How you've got a good relationship, I know, with Gaz and Andrew, and Tom obviously is new to the party, and I'm sure he will be involved in all of this as well. But how do you think it will work with yourself and those guys in terms of you will have players that feed into the first team at times, or if there's certain, I imagine, county cup games where more will be required than normal. How do you see all that working?
I think it will be great, to be honest. I think, I already have that relationship established with Gary, who really trusts me. Obviously, since joining Tamworth, I've got to know Andrew, who again, he's brought me in to support first team training as well. So I've already started to build a really good relationship with him, and I work really well with him and enjoy working with him. I think that, it's a good opportunity at this club, because I was saying this to a player in the week I was meeting with. There aren't many clubs you go to where actually you only have to impress, a very small number of people. We've got the benefit of, Mike Fowler is the academy director, and Andrew works with him in the week in the academy. So all the players in the academy are actually being seen by the first team manager on a regular basis in the week. And then, as I say, they'll come and play for the development squad on a Saturday, where they'll be playing for me, and I've got that close relationship with Gary. So, there's only 3 or 4 of us that they've really got to go and impress, and, it's a better opportunity for them.
Do you see a potential starlet coming from the development squad this year and just bursting into the first team potentially? Is it a bit of a dark horse?
I do. There's 1 or 2 I'd definitely say on that. I won't name them, not to put any pressure on them, but I think we have seen that consistently. I was really pleased at the end of last season. We had the likes of Carl Ambrish step up from the 21s, who was a player that me and Gary worked with at Coleshill and came to join us. And then also through the academy, Harrison James also made his first team debut, and he's come from the academy route. So I think even towards the end of last season, we've seen that the under-21s and the academy have the potential to step up to the first team.
Of course, we had that to the likes of Jordan Clement, Charlie Shaw, I'll get told off for missing a couple out now, but there's a number of them, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fortune Mafosa.
Yeah.
And Bashan Francis.
Yeah.
That's the other one. Okay, well, it's brilliant, and it's great how it's all fitting together, and there's exciting times ahead. Now, what are your ambitions personally, really, within football, Jamie?
My ambitions, I see myself quite similar to players, so they're quite young and sort of, I'd say, inexperienced in men's football, and they're still on this journey to go and develop and progress as high as they can. I see myself in a similar boat from a coaching point of view. You know, I'm fairly young for a coach. I've got 5 years behind me. It's not an awful lot in coaching, but I think I've done quite well to get to where I have. But again, there's still a lot to learn and there's still a lot to develop from. So I'm on the same journey as my players, and I think that's why we really relate and get on with each other, because we're on the same journey, and it helps that I'm a similar age to them. You know, I'm only 4 or 5 years older than some of them, and I do understand how they work and relate to them. Personally, my ambitions are to go as high as I can in the professional game and in men's football. So, you know, it's great being involved in non-league football at a young age, and I'm kind of just riding that journey and sort of seeing where it takes me.
Great stuff. Well, Jamie, thank you very much for your time this
Thank you.
evening. Viewers, you can look forward to Development Squad highlights on our Lambs Media YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do so, and thank you for watching.